with the Dragon Ball squad here on Stone Keep. Contact Noir versus Corn Esports. It's the Saiyans versus the Namekians, apparently. And Bomb King has been banned right away. We don't want that bomb here.
No, I mean, that's a that's a very wise pick. Bomb King with a shield tank hitting that high ground is a horrible, horrible thing. Korn this time deciding to ban out the Willow, not seeing a use for it for themselves here, but not wanting to go up against it either. So that makes sense. And Contact Noir then following up with the Genos ban.
Well, ban the Genos any day of the week and I will be satisfied. I am very disappointed in him because he's pretty much ruining every single one of my ranked games. But let's just let that slide.
Well, you need to play ranked with me, my friend.
Yeah,
and I'll play the Genos.
You know what? I'm with you on that. Let's just queue together and maybe I'll have some better games. But in this very game, Barrack has been banned, which makes sense. Even though that it's Corn Esports that banned it. Oh no! No! Don't do this again.
What happened? Corn!
No.
They forgot about the 80% win rate turtle. What?
Well, maybe it's actually 91 by now with the last win. And Corn Esports following up with Inara. Can you please, I beg of you, find the best counter to him? Okay, at least there's a Cassie pick. That works well with the big game. We saw that last game.
Yeah, the big games would be a solid pick on this one.
I mean, how do you shut down the turtle who destroyed Shell?
And
just crack it open.
And now ridiculously average is sitting there crossing his fingers and chanting Moji, Moji, Moji.
We just need to get Moji at some point in this league. I don't care when, it just has to happen. But Grover and Maeve going through for Contact Noir here feels to me like the usual business with Contact Noir, just picking some strong burst damage dealers, a strong tank, and a healer that can pretty much heal everyone to full health with the necessity of the vines. He heard it from the Jazz Vine. And here comes the Path of Exile. Atlas is off the bench.
Twice in one broadcast.
You're getting your love. Finally, old man.
There we go. Korn denying Contact the Furia as well. Going to be trying to take that Enflame and make it work for themselves.
I mean, what at this point, they have a really strong composition, but I feel the Contact Noir are pretty heated after game one. So getting through with a Fernando, they can actually get. Okay, hear me out. Okay. You don't want to hear me out. Fine, just pick a Kinessa, whatever.
These boys know what they're doing. Wuffie, I think CN have a plan in mind here. And,
Tyra. That's all I want. I just want to see a Tyra being played well, okay? I miss the feeling of Tyra being picked. But it's gonna be the sniper matchup. Strix versus Kinessa. I don't know how you feel about this, but I am not too happy about Corn Esports draft.
No, I think Contact Noir controlled this draft, and I don't think Korn have reacted very well to it.
Nope.
But what we have seen is Korn is a team of 5 very, very talented players who clearly have very, very good communication in game.
Yeah, and also played the Willow against Leon.
Yeah.
Okay, I get your point.
I mean, I'm very much in favor of Contact Noir's draft here, but I think it's going to be fun to see what Korn pull out of the bag.
I mean, 80% win rate. Can you argue against that?
Strike me down. I should become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Welcome to Game 2 of the finals. Contact Noir versus Corn Esports, who are 1 game up. Look at the rosters. Saki playing the Leviathan and Makoa. Fruz with a rampant Blooming Grover. Nemesis with that Cat Burglar Maeve. Lagi on the steady aim Kinessa. And Otto playing Formidable Fernando.
Over on the side of Corn Esports, we got Noise Overlord on the Mother's Grace Nora and Hero on the Deja Vu Atlas. Report me on the unauthorized use Strix Zadir on the Cherish Furia. And of course, Zenix on that big game Cassie running into this poorest point fight. It's going to be very intense, TJ.
Gonna be intense, but I'm looking forward here as both teams opt not to meet on the left-hand side, but Contact Noir thirsty for blood. Saki trying to find a pick, but Zane spins it on its head. The counter engage is beautiful. Will lose, report me, but a 2-for-1 trade on that side. You take it.
Corn are just exactly showing that they know they've got excuse me, my apologies for the start of it. They've got Contact Noir's number at this point. They know exactly what Contact Noir wants to do, and they went back and stopped it immediately. Otto, of course, sitting on this point, sitting pretty on this Fernando, not giving up any ground, but here comes Inara. She's looking for this game here, but Saki is coming back, trying to defend this point, trying to find some ground for his team, trying to make Laji here and Nemesis obviously get some value. They're looking for this flank opportunity, but Inara knows where they are. They're not getting any ground here at all, TJ.
Yeah, and it was important to note that even though Corn Esports came on top of that initial fight, it was Contact Noir's micromanagement at this point means they got more out of it, even though they were down a member. Laji going to get the pick onto Noise Overlord here, as Contact Noir's complete control of the point, no one to contest. And Corn Esports will concede the point. Allison will not want to drop down. The Whirlwind is brought out just to keep everyone back up because they are on this hunt.
I definitely feel like that was a definite concede of the point there from the side of Corn. They were like, well, I don't want to give them too much value, or let them have the point and let's just back up. We can always get the next one. Laji going very, very low on this Canessa here, being beaten back by the Stone Warden. Of course, Saki and Nemesis are trying to find their way through this right-hand side through Banana to get to where they need to be, but Xenix is in trouble, going down to Saki, and that's Contact's opening. They're going to push through for this point, but Unhero still holding this high ground, not letting Contact get up here.
Laji winning this sniper fight here against Report Me on the Strix, and going back to what you said there when it was like, yes, this must be a concede, but I am still concerned by that, because last time the point fight lasted for a lot longer, so teams can get credit so they can actually get their ultimate charge. Here it was just the point fight was lost and Corny Sports just said, okay, yeah, we'll let you have it, but they didn't get any real credits out of it. And that's going to be the concern here, because Contact Noir, we know they play early game, and this is exactly the start they want.
Inflame having come out from Furio. Portme's going to get a pick on Nemesis from that ultimate. Flashbang comes out just to disengage, get Contact Noir beaten back where they should be. Laji looking for an angle here, looking to find if he can find some value, but Strix is there to say no, having the angle on Laji themselves, and this is what you need to see. You want to see Laji getting shut down, but Otto's going to find an hero, and that's the front line gone from the side of Korn. They've got 2 seconds left on that timer though, and of course Inora here being played by Noise Overload is holding up. Fair enough here. This is where you want to be, people. You want to be holding this point, but it's not enough. Otto finds the pick there. Inora's going to go down, and it's just too much. Here we see more of Contact just doing Contact things.
Contact Noir doing Contact things, and this is what I was concerned about. The Dark Souls boss, the Phase 2 is normally more difficult than the Phase 1, and this is Contact Noir. You know, Game 1 showed they have to... No, Game 1 showed that Corning Sports are not a team they're going to just steamroll over. They have to really, you know, bring out some more of the Contact Noir playbook to take down this team, and... you know, Corn Esports have really got it all to do, and like a Dark Souls boss, you know, they're throwing themselves at Contact Noir, but these guys still remain alive.
It feels like a concession from the side of Corn Esports on that first point, but they shouldn't have done that, definitely. They should have kept fighting on and tried to gen more credits, because at the moment, Furia is really the only one with the tier 2 item that matters at this thing, even though Cauterize is coming out there, Morphin gets popped, Midnight gets popped through there, the Whirlwind from the Grover trying to keep their team alive, Contact are trying to find their way forward. Obviously, the Stout's going to come out from Cassie, and Korn are trying to push back to this point. Atlas fighting on his own on the side of Church here. Needs to be kept alive. Cherish is coming through from the Furia, but here's the Ancient Rage. Inflame is available, but will it be popped? Ancient Rage finds the hook. Makoa, Saki taking down Xenix, and Korn basically get wiped from the face of the earth and need to get pushed back all the way to spawn. This is a familiar scene, TJ. We've seen this before.
Yeah, this is Contact Noir back to business as usual here. And I think we'll all agree here that we were scared when Saki gets an aggressive front line like that. Ash, it's something to be scared about. But we never, in our wildest dreams, think he would get a Makoa.
Yeah, this is not a situation. That feels like a bit of a lost draft for the side of Korn, but we are not here to judge. We are here to see how they play around it, and they are definitely trying their hardest. It is a 5v4, largely having going down and going back to spawn, but it's not really enough. There's no real capitalization. The zone has come through, but it's not far forward enough. It feels like Contact are still very much in control. Saki, shell spinning back into the fray, coming through on the side of Church here, looking to get towards that high ground, looking to find the Cassie, out of position there. Largely looking for more angles, but it looks like Korn are going to disengage with that Atlas having gone down, and of course, Contact are on the high ground. They need to be taken out if Korn want to keep this point going.
Yeah, Laddie picking up Xenix here on the Cassie, and one thing, of course, I do want to give praise to Korn Esports is these guys are very comfortable with the role swaps here. It's Anhero no longer playing the Cassie, he's on that Atlas. Xenix is now playing the Cassie, for instance. And Noise overall is remaining on front lines, but just showing that the depth of this team is there. But, you know, unfortunately, even with role swaps and comforts, Contact Noir still as strong as ever.
Most definitely. The inflame coming out from the Fury, and immediately Contact Noir are ducking behind cover. They know this ultimate, they've seen it before, and that they know that it's shortly followed by death bells ringing, and they are just backing all the way up, trying to find some cover. Makoa looks like he was caught out there for a second, but hey, that healing coming out from McGrove is enough to keep him out. That Whirlwind ultimate is already back up so very quickly, and it might be what they need to push forward. Saki coming up with a cheeky flank Nemesis to follow, doesn't find the hook, but that doesn't matter as Anhero goes down very low, and the Whirlwind is here to follow up and keep his team alive. This flank is not ending yet, and it may be just what Contact needed to get this point pushed all the way in.
Yeah, the prioritization from Contact Noir is beautiful to behold. A well-oiled team here, and Hero is going to be using the Exile to try and buy some time. Straight into an immortal response here. Nemesis picking off Zeta. 3 kills go down. Contact Noir just needs to take down that pesky Nara. Would have got away. Urban Crash will not save you. Noise, sorry,
they're
buddy.
trading ultimates back and forth, but it's not enough. Contact Noir going to get this victory. Another 4-0.